Hello everyone, today on the 1 Year Life Challenge we're going to talk about relationships, Tinder in particular, and online dating. Hello everyone, as talked about in the intro, we're going to talk about relationships, but in particular the digital form of relationships. The modern version like Tinder or the online dating profiles that are available, and really sort of get an understanding on why I fundamentally believe that it's a flawed practice. And I'll start with a quote which might help illustrate that. And this quote is from the amazing, incredible poet, and that poet was Oscar Wilde. And what Oscar Wilde said was, "Women are not meant to be understood. They are meant to be loved." I'll say it again. Women are not meant to be understood, they are meant to be loved. Now, I'm a bit of a rascal and I'm not wearing a shirt today because I'm sure a lot of women are tuning in because they'd like to know what men's point of view on Tinder and online dating is. And quite often with my coaching clients and when people come to me for relationship issues, in particular men, they'll talk to me about, "Brad, what does this mean? And how can I interpret what she's saying?" And quite often I'll use this quote where they're not meant to be understood, they're meant to be loved. And trying to understand the intricacies of a woman. And sometimes with women trying to understand men, it's not so important to understand, it's just important to create a loving environment in which you can grow as partners and create a spectacular relationship. And that's what you can do if you spend all your time trying to understand nuances from a female perspective, and being a male, it's not going to work. And the same with a female and a male. We are here to love, we are different, we are fundamentally different, and what we do is we bring something different to the table. So these questions have generally been, people have been quite frustrated. They've talked to me about, sending messages to lots of people online, going on lots of unfulfilled dates, meeting different wrong people, and just saying to me, "Brad, what's wrong with women?" And some of my female coaching clients have said, "What's wrong with men?" And I don't know what's wrong with them, but I would suggest that the way we're going about our love and our relationship building is probably wrong, and we're meeting the wrong people. So this episode is about relationships, about creating incredible and how to create incredible relationships from that initial stage. It's not about sex. I'm sure Tinder and some of these hookup apps are good just for sex, but I'm talking today in particular to the people who are looking to find an amazing partner that they can have sex with, but maybe even be in love with as well. That might, there's a big difference between having sex with someone and having sex with someone you love. One's spiritual and sexual, one's just sexual. And once you've had the love and sex, really the other side isn't that great. But so many people go through life just having sex without someone they love. They laugh when they hear things about love and things like this because they've never experienced it. But when your soul intertwines with someone during the act of sex and the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine come together, that's a different ballgame, and we're going to talk about that today and how to get there. So obviously, I'm a single man, so I date and I meet people, and I have a very strict policy on online dating and Tinder, which is I don't get involved in it. And I'm going to go through the 6, known and scientific reasons on why Tinder doesn't work. But it's always been important to me that my essence is shown to someone. How do I get through who I am from my soul level? And I have never been able to do that via photos or typing. I've only ever been able to do that in person, and also I want to see someone else's soul. So for me, I'm only going to be able to meet people in person. And whilst you can probably meet 1 million people online, only meet in a day, and only meet 10 people in person, ultimately your chances of finding the right person in the flesh are much greater. And that's my personal philosophy, because if I'm going to share myself with someone and share, the beauty and give them the love and the attention and, all the extra activities as well, which I know they'll enjoy, I want it to be someone who's special, not just an image on a computer screen. But I'll start with the 6 reasons. And the number one reason that I quite often work with my clients is they need to get off Tinder and get off online dating is your purpose in life is not to find a partner. Your purpose in life is something different. Your purpose in life is helping others. Your purpose is your career. Your purpose is building value, building business, becoming the best version of yourself. Finding a partner is a natural byproduct of those things. If you have purpose, you create a vibrational frequency where people can come into your life. And if they come into your life, then ultimately you didn't need to worry about being on Tinder or whatever the latest online app was, because ultimately they were drawn to you because of your purpose. You don't need a partner, you need purpose. For those people looking and striving and spending time, take that time and spend it on your purpose, your love. And I guarantee you, you will draw people who are attracted to that love, which will mean you'll instantly have something in connection, and you'll draw the right kind of partner. If you haven't got a purpose and you're on Tinder, stop. If you've got a purpose and you're on Tinder, there's a couple more reasons here. So number 2, the challenge is that relationships, whilst yes, attraction is important and superficiality of looks is important, with Tinder and these sort of things, is completely based on that. If you're looking at an image, and that image, which is a digital 2D photo, you don't even get to see the dimensions and the heights and things like that, is what you're deciding on about a person. That's incredibly superficial, and those things don't last. They create a lot of problems in the long run. And what I've heard and what I've seen is a lot of these pictures are trick photos. So the image you're even looking at isn't even reflective of the person you're dealing with. So the person you think you're meeting or like or attracted to, that image isn't reflective of them. It could be years old. It could be better angles, better lighting. Girls, God bless them, they understand beautiful lighting and how tricks work. I have a lot of great girlfriends, and they tell me all the time about holding the camera up high and all these wonderful things they do. And unfortunately, it means that you're presenting an image that isn't honest, and that's how the relationship's starting, without honesty. Number 3, attraction involves multiple triggers. We're talking about body language, the way you hold yourself, and the pheromones you release, and the smells and sounds and sights and touch. That's what attraction is about. It's very complex, and you don't know whether someone's right until you've seen them. Sometimes I know for girls in particular, seeing a guy dealing with a group of people or talking really gets their attraction happening, because they see the interaction, they see the dominance, they see things like that. Can't get that out of a photo. And that's what attraction's all about. I know for men, the femininity of a woman, the beautiful, flicking of the hair, the blush, the lips, all those sort of things are really, really important to us, and they're not available through a couple of photos. Number 4, Tinder and these apps seem to be all about quantity over quality, and as not my mate, he wasn't a great bloke, but as Stalin once said, that he was always about quantity over quality, and he used to say that quantity had a quality over his own, and I never agreed with him. I think quality is where it's at. You only need to find one good person, especially for this moment, and that person is the quality, and what they bring to your life is really important. My life's a drama-free zone. No one is coming in here, no matter how many of them there are or whatever, that are going to create drama. I need to find the right person, and I'd rather be picky and pick 1 out of 10 and have no drama than bring in 10 people into my life and I know some of them bring drama. So Tinder seems to be about choosing 50 people and hoping that one person gets back to you, or out of the 30 people you like, maybe going on a date with a couple of them. That's not what it's about. You're a valuable individual, a unique essence experiencing itself through the cosmic form of humanity. You don't need to just to be playing the quantity game. It's all about quality for true relationships that are meaningful. You only have so much time in your life. You don't want to be blowing on people who aren't right for you because you're going for a quantity perspective. Number 5, Tinder and these online apps give you the false security or the false sense of connection. You think you're connecting with people. You might be chatting to someone. This is not real connection. This is an interface. And I've heard from people that quite often the person you're dealing with could be a fake, or it could be a computer. And it's preventing you from just getting out there. When you don't, back in the day before they had Tinder, let's go to dances and balls and theatre and get out there, go to bars and learn how to talk to people. It's beautiful. It's the connectivity of human experience. It's us essence, contracting and expanding and touching each other. That's what's beautiful about life. This typing on a screen is destroying us. It's preventing you from being your true self and getting out there. And the final point is that a lot of people aren't serious on Tinder because they get all those points, those first 5 points they get, so they're just chatting away. And you may be developing a bit of interest or attraction for this person and starting to fixate and fantasize about how great they are, and they're not serious. They're not going to go on a date. I've heard from people that they might talk to 20 people and not go on a date with any of them. My question would be, if those people are talking to you and they're not willing to go on a date, what's happening there? Are they serious? And I think that this interface doesn't really, have the need for seriousness. There's going to be a lot of people in there who are just lonely or bored or not who they say they are, and just using it and really taking your most valuable commodity away, which is time. So this is a question that, you know, it comes up with a lot of my relationship coaching all the time. Stay away. That's my advice on your 1 year life journey, at least for the next year, where you really are dedicated to yourself and growing yourself. Stay away from Tinder and online apps. You know, I express the need to be, you know, with yourself and love yourself in my book. And you know, if you want to get the DVD series of these videos, there's many videos where I'll talk about just being alone and being able to be good with your own presence, happy with your own presence, which is all you'll ever have in the end. So yeah, stay off it. I guarantee you that when you become your true essence, you'll walk into the love of your life. I don't know, you know, not to say that it isn't great when people meet people online, but I think there's another amazing world out there called the real world. And at least for the next year, work with me, stay off Tinder, stay off these dating apps, grab your purpose and attract in through your great vibrational frequency the right people in your life. So until tomorrow, as we continue your 1 year life journey, thank you and goodbye.